Hey everyone, it's Marvin from First Presbyterian in Columbia, Missouri. And the spirit of summer word for Friday, July 2nd is freedom. You know, the 4th of July is coming up, and the Independence Day holiday is an opportunity for Americans to reflect on the virtue of freedom, which is a kind of cornerstone of our common life together. And when you read our Constitution and when you read history about the Revolutionary War, the way that our civic values understand freedom is that it's freedom from tyrants and freedom from forces that would control us and that would limit our ability to flourish as human beings. So, in the Constitution of the United States, we have freedom of speech. The government can't prevent us from speaking our minds. We have freedom of religion. The government can't prevent us from worshiping the way that we want to and can't tell us what God to believe in. We have freedom from unreasonable searches and seizures. We have given to us in the Constitution the security to be able to know that we are safe in our homes from government intrusion, unless the government has a good reason to, unless they produce a warrant. And the Bible talks about freedom in this way as well. The Apostle Paul says that through faith in Jesus Christ, we are freed from the powers of sin and death. So um, Paul talks about sin and death as like a tyrant or as a dictator or as a despot that rules over us and prevents us from achieving our full potential as human beings. But through faith in Jesus Christ, those powers are removed from us so we can begin to flourish. But the Bible talks about freedom in another way as well, which is really important. It's not just freedom from evil powers or despots or tyrants or dictators, it's freedom for. The Bible tells us what we should do to make proper use of our freedom. So, Paul, in his letter to the Galatians in the New Testament, says, "You are called to freedom, brothers and sisters, but don't use your freedom as an opportunity for self indulgence, but through love become slaves to one another." That's really interesting. We think of slavery as the opposite of freedom, but Paul says that when we love one another, when we become servants to one another, when we make sacrifices for one another, that is true freedom. That as long as we are under the power of sin and death, we don't have the power to lay down our lives for one another, to make sacrifices for one another. We don't have the power to live self-controlled and generous lives. But when we are freed from those powers through faith in Jesus Christ, we can then truly blossom and we have something to live for. We have something to be free to do, and that is to devote ourselves to building up our neighbor and making the world a better place. So this holiday weekend, give thanks for the freedoms we have as citizens of the United States, but also I invite you to put your faith in Jesus Christ, either for the first time or to renew your faith in Jesus Christ and discover what that freedom from is for. What freedom is really for is to love our neighbors as ourselves, to make this world a better place, to live self-sacrificially, to live generously, so that the people around us can flourish as well. We're called to freedom, not to self-indulgence, but to loving service. Thanks for staying with me this morning. And again, I hope that you found this useful. And if you do, feel free to share this video with your friends and your followers on your social media networks. Take care and have a safe and happy 4th of July.